Hello, hello, fellow YouTuber here. Welcome back to one of my last videos, probably on this channel and my appearance on social media. My name is Kai, and I've thought about a lot of things recently. It's so weird to think that I started YouTube in 2017, and it was so fun. I loved it. I had so much proud and enjoyment of what I do, and basically going of like 100 views all the time, and I even got one of the videos that had over 3,000 views, which was really awesome. And basically how I wanted to start streaming is I did it. I streamed on YouTube and I had so much fun. I even liked it more than uploading videos. And so streaming also means a enjoyment for chatting with viewers and chatting with everybody else. It's so crazy also to know that like with Twitch, you had a lot of like these streamers that comes up to me and was like, oh, you should do this and whatever, right? Because most of the time I just stream typing. That's like the only thing I actually do, and it's so weird because not a lot of people does it, and sometimes I'm the only one in the nacho type category, type whistle category, and monkey type category that I'm the only one that's posting anything on there. But there will be someone, always. Okay, so seems like I'm going to be retiring for a lot of people saying things, but I haven't decided yet. So here, let me give you the examples of how I'm going to lay this out. First of all, before I get anything started, I do a thing called coding. I do Python, Java, and C++. What am I the worst at? C++. What am I the best at? Python. What am I more experienced in? Python. What is the hardest language? Java. So, why in the world did I decide to do coding? Well, because of security, trying out new activities, figuring out websites, games, and softwares, and overall have a fun time typing, which also refers to me typing very fast. I've also done Adobe Premiere, After Effects, and Photoshop, which is video editing software and photo editing software. And I've also done Blender. And most of these Blender pixels you're already saying is from me. All of them are from me, and I use a skin called Paradox from Fortnite, which is one of my favorite skins of all times. And I use them all around my banner, profile picture, like everywhere in the world, and I kind of like promote it as something. Not much, but still, it's something that I've gotten into. So it's also so awesome that with coding, my first ever project was a Minecraft server that I still have hosted. And with this Minecraft server, the only thing that actually was good that I made was the anti cheat and configuring paper, which is a software for Minecraft that you can have to improve and optimize your performance on the Minecraft server. I used to be very good and competitive, which was Fortnite and CSGO. I was Legendary Eagle Master in CSGO, and then in the Fortnite, my highest rank was Champion. I used to also play a game called Valorant, which I was Ascended on one time, but then after that, I decided to hold off everything from every part of my life. A couple of months in past few months, I haven't been lazy so badly. I haven't been really going outside that much. Haven't really been doing anything fun. Haven't really been talking to anybody else. And just overall, I never really got the chance to even talk to anybody or whatever because I've always felt like that I was the only guy that I wasn't good at, or I wasn't good at this, or I just suck at this, or whatever, right? which kind of sucks, but at the same time, that's how it is. And um, a lot of people wants to feel like, oh, I'm the bad guy sometimes or whatever, but sometimes I'm not the bad guy, and sometimes I do things right because it's my safety and for other people's safety, which makes sense. And another thing also is that with a lot of crazy crap that has already happened in 2024 is just insane. I mean, it's pretty horrible, and I never really got the reason why it has to come down to this. It sucks. It's not. It's the worst feeling that you would ever have in your life, and it's. I feel bad for all the victims that has to go through something and can't really experience life no more because of some stupid stupidity that someone had to do to someone, which was horrible. There's also something else I want to say. People can try to do something that feels you uncomfortable. People that is very good at a game or a sport or an activity, they will say something about you for that reason. Because I've been told that even though I'm good at Fortnite, I overbuild, don't have good comms. And sometimes, sure, that is the truth. But sometimes at the same time, they're kind of making it more of like a personal being that, oh, I'm just so much better at whatever and stuff. And that's okay. But also, at the same time, I've been at the same rank that you has, and I've already been at the same rank that most people has, that someone can even get to. So, sometimes, if I win every single time, then what is really the problem? You know? And it really doesn't make any sense because people that wants to say things to you because you're good at something, even like typing, that, oh, it's just a useless sport that you're not good at, whatever, it can help you benefit with many activities in life and many struggles in life, which, even with coding, also gives you good jobs. So there's really nothing wrong with that. Something I had to point out. Always been made fun of in my life because other people want to say something about me and how I talk, what my that is, and whatever. It's just something that wants them to get attention. And I'm like, I don't care because that's nothing really that's going to get you ahead in life. Which is not, because if you're just going to be one of the bullies and try to act like you're better than me at something or whatever, it's not going to work. And it's not ever going to work because you're just a person that has problems, has issues, and whatever that you need to figure out yourself. A lot of people that I've ever talked to, either has good intentions for life or sometimes the worst intentions in my life. I want to say something about that. If you're going through something, if you're having bad times, and if you're not doing good in what you need to do, stop everything you're doing and focus on that. Be healthy what you do and still stick to it. Do not ever go on social media or anything else that ruins your productivity, which happened to me. It's horrible. It's not right. I've always wanted to do this because it's always been so passionate about myself that I always wanted to talk to someone and have fun with someone and whatever, but most of the time, sometimes I never got anyone to talk to for these past a couple of days or even months now. And I know that what I was supposed to do. Um, and so I have very good friends, but I'm not going to talk about those friends because all the friends are equal. Even if I have the best friend, all of them are still equal because myself included, I'm a neutral person. I take responsibility and I respect everyone that I've ever talked to. Anyways, though, a long time ago when I decided to start YouTube, I wanted to see how it would work at first because I was very bad with wordings and how I would say things. I mean, there was a video for the first time I made in the longest time in 2017 of me making cats, but it wasn't a cats video. It was just some elves dancing around the whatever that I used an app of. And then after coming from that, like a couple of like, I don't know, months ago, I decided to make my first video with a camera in, right? Got a new iPad, I got new furniture, and I got, first of all, Xbox that I played Fortnite on. And I was class. I mean, I was like, oh my goodness, it was like the worst like feeling to ever have to feel like you had to go across. It's so horrible, but it's also at the same time, not everything in life is always going to be starting good at first, but then it will go good sooner or later. You just have to be patient about it, and I was patient about it. Um, I've been on the game for the longest time ever, and I got into a lot of fights, a lot of hate, and a lot of like people that just thinks they are way better than me. And what's well, I'm gonna let you know right now, even if someone is better than me, sometimes they're not better than me at what my good sport is, you know. And it's just that sometimes in life, you just gotta accept that sometimes you're not the best, and sometimes you are the best. It depends on how it is. But then don't be an idiot or don't be nice about it. Just respect each other and just keep going with your own skill. I never really liked the idea of being cocky about something because it felt like, oh, I'm just so much better than you, or I'm just so because I a teacher that I know of, I'm just gonna shout her out, Miss Sturgill. A while back ago, she was very kind of cocky about, oh, I need this band to be very good and stuff, and I never really liked it, and it's also the reason why I like all the bands. I like everything. I respect each other. I do everything right because myself neutral. I do the thing of let's see what happens. Not oh I'm gonna do good or I'm gonna do bad. Let's see what happens. And that mindset of being neutral to anything is just white. It's just white. Like it's I've always gotten when I first practiced it my life changed dramatically and I was so happy. I mean, I used to be an introvert when I was like 7th, 8th grade and 6th grade, but then I'm an extrovert now in 9th grade and I was, oh my gosh. I mean, I'm not really, I'm getting close to it, but still though, going to talk to a lot of people, going to actually move a lot of places and just get myself active with a lot of people to talk to and just be an idiot for once, you know? But then it kind of sucks at the same time because sometimes with teachers or whenever they can ruin that progress. You know, there was a student in my class, who said that I laughed so loud and whatever, and it was very annoying. And the teacher was like, you know what? We should not make you laugh. I'll make you the very depressed person. Like it's something like that is just so weird to me. But at the same time, it's that's how life is. You know, not everything in life is going to be very like, uh I guess nice as you say it. And I was okay with it. You know, if they want to do whatever to me, that is fine. But that's not really going to impact me, whatever. Because if you think that that's going to impact me for life, that's not. It's I'm still going to probably be the same exact person, and it's going to be different. Uh, and even that too. You know, even if I don't do my work sometimes, and even if I have problems or whatever, that doesn't mean that I'm very smart in some things. Because of course I'm very smart in some things. Definitely, absolutely. But people doesn't always think about that. So that's something you have to be in the case of is that if people want to say whatever to you, ignore it. There is no point of getting into the course of it. One thing you also need to know about is social media. Social media has ruined many people's parts of everything, and it's very bad of where we are now because with social media, you are just scrolling on your phone and sometimes watching a YouTube video, which can help you a lot, but then you're just scrolling on your phone on TikTok, just brainlessly scrolling that you don't know that what you're going to do, and then productivity just dramatically goes down. And I absolutely hate that, so I'm still trying to stop myself from doing that. I've gone to exercise a lot more. I've gotten a lot more muscle and gotten very strong with how much I've uh bench press, which was like 180 I think. And I was thinking if I wanted to do a lot more than that, or I would just go for other things because it feels like I've already gotten better at that. And I probably am just gonna do other things and then come back to there and then do a lot more master it. You know, training to failure is also one of my things. Not training to technical failure or just training until you feel bad. Just training until you fail. Like you fail, like you cannot actually go any further than that, basically. And even if that hurts very bad, you just keep. And that's what I do. Which helps me a lot actually because I've gotten into a lot of um situations recently, and it helped me a lot to know that like now that I'm getting a lot more intellectual mindset of what I'm gonna do. Also, running is also another important thing. Running and walking too. I mean, you have to keep that legs going, man. And it's like whenever someone is chasing you or whenever someone is trying to attack you or something, you can have that strength to go in. Because I'm cut, so basically I try to go my weight down because I want to be a fast runner, which I do track and field. Um, then it's other things like you always wanted to see how people would go with life, and then you'll see like, oh well, you know what, I'll be healthy, but I also want to and focus on like videos and stuff, which I respect a lot, definitely, you know. Um, but anyways, enough of talk with all of that. We're gonna be talking about why I'm probably leaving YouTube, why everything is happening at once, and what is going on, basically. Okay, so a while back ago when I first started streaming in Twitch, I had a fun time. First stream was CSGO, which I was very good at, and decided to build myself all the way up to what I wanted to be. But then I quit it a long time ago, and then I started a new hobby, which was typing. I didn't start to stream it yet, but I did start to record it yet. I started to stream Fortnite a lot more. I've gotten a lot more better at the game, and my skill level improved a lot, like a ton. And it's so awesome to think that, you know, with your life also wanting to know like you could do something with your life and you can actually improve on it. That can come true. You just have to keep that progress up and actually focus than just brainlessly doing, oh, I'm just gonna do these builds, right? It's not like that. Do things that challenges you. Do things that's like, oh, how the heck am I supposed to do that? Because with those challenges, helps you too much, man. It really does. Um, and with that being said, when I first started Fortnite and I got in, which I am now, I would say I'm a decent player. I would not say that I'm very, you know, definitely not good with rebuilds or whatever, but aiming wise, oh yeah, definitely. And also how I can actually have comms was also very important in the game too. So which I'm happy about. So that's also another thing that I really am pretty good about. But then I decided to hold everything off for a couple of months, which was weird. I was synced into this stupid social media that I was brainlessly looking up my TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and everything else. I didn't even get to talk to a lot of people because I was busy with something. I didn't even get to talk to my friends because I was busy with stuff too. Which that busy stuff is just watching on TikTok, which is the worst feeling to ever happen. And I missed out a lot, man. I missed out too much, and it's come to the point where I didn't even get to like record this video for the longest time ever, and then it's kind of like I have to kind of take it down a little bit because I just kept going on my phone, and I just hold off the idea for it. It's horrible too that I never really know what to do anymore. Why? It's I've never really just studied a lot about like how I would go with my life. I never really studied about like how I would impact other people too. I just I was just selfish. Basically a coward. And I never really liked that. It's pretty dangerous, and it's also that I had a lot of boys around me too. A lot of things happened to me that I can't say in this YouTube video. And some of my friends will know probably after this video if they ever want to talk to me. It's whatever. But in this video, I'm not going to talk about the reasons why I quit CSGO or I did anything else, whatever. And the boys that did whatever. Because it's probably unnecessary to do it. Um, But anyways, I decided to leave off my computer and see how everything would go. And it helped me a lot because I was actually outside for once and I actually got to do fun activities that I've never really got to do because I've always sitting on my computer, coded, and never really not studied about outside. And it's pretty dangerous because I never really known about my diet, which my diet was it's still pretty horrible, but I'm still getting better at it. It sucks also to know that you never really have surroundings of how you would go, because if you're in your computer all day long and you just play video games and stuff, you would never know about drinking water or eating food or anything like that because you've always been focused on that sport and you forgot about like everything else, you know? And you lose your stuff, you lose everything, and it's kind of like it's your life, but it's gone because you never really got to do anything else. Now, why is that? Why do you have wage because you lost at the game and whatever? It's because you worked hard on that sport, and with that sport, if you ever lose and stuff, sometimes people wait because they wanted to get a good win and stuff, but that hard work is like kind of fetty to use. I don't know. It's terrifying because you would want to say that you want to help a lot of people and you want to see how people will react. Sometimes it can also be very difficult because you also sometimes have bad days, ugly days, and good days. And those bad days is kind of like you go into the game and you lose every single day. Not every single day, sorry, every single game. And it's kind of like sometimes in people's minds, why did I even try in the first place? One thing that people need to understand that everybody has bad days, even me. I typed 150 one time on Monkey Type, which I should have done 200 on. The worst you could ever imagine about. And then after a couple of like hours or so, I got back to like 186 and stuff, and which that's good. So you just have to know that even though there's a bad day in your life, there's something good in it. Something good. One thing good in it. Always. And that is always the case. You have to know about how people would, because people doesn't really know other people, and they really want to act right to do. Oh, I know how you're feeling. Oh, I know how everything's going and stuff. Sometimes you don't. The way that you say, oh, I know how you're feeling. Oh, I know how everything is and whatever, because I've been through the same process. Everybody has different feelings. Everybody, and it's not that you have the same exact feelings. There's just no way, and sometimes you have to shut your mouth because you're just making it harder for yourself and for the other person because you're kind of acting like you're the target and you're the victim, which should not always be the case. Would make no sense. So also, with life being very hard too, study a lot about life. Study how you want to see how it would go, and keep progressing on what you want to do in life. Because life is very hard, yes, definitely. But also, you can make it easy if you need to by making it harder right now. Which I want to do. And it's going to help you. It's going to help you a ton. And if you ever need anyone to talk to or anyone to ever to get in touch with, please do. Because it can also help you know about what other people experience and how they would improve to help you and use those ideas. it's hard, but it's also that you're gonna know a lot more better with life, and you get into where you need to be at now. I would want to say something. It's very crazy to know that with all of this happening and whatever, it's horrible that I've been through a lot and I never really got to solve those issues because my mental problems were getting worse. Now I'm getting better. And I hope after this video I'm going to study for some things and come back to give my final conclusion. It's hard to know that stepping away from social media is so strange if you ever been on social media for every single day, because you never get to talk to online friends, you never get to play online video games, you never get to do coding, you never get to do, and it's not just not like that. Yeah, that's not like that, but like other factors, that you always been stuck to. And with that being the case, when you step off from it, your mental is so much better and you have a lot more freedom to your life. And that's what I want myself to be. I want myself to be more experienced, more I guess neutral about things. And I always wanted to be like that for the longest time possible. But it's been hard, and I never really get the chance of how I would want to say things. Forgive me if I haven't said anything right today, or if I said the same words multiple and kind of drifted off. I just wanted to make my honest video and not make it more edited than it is now, because I still want this video to be posted and I want people to understand how things will go. And that's how it's going to be. There was one thing that I've also wanted to have someone be part of me for. This is Joshua Azrael. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. Josh Azrael was a friend of mine who passed away on August 14th, 2022. He was in the marching band way before I was, and he was the main reason why I was in the marching band when he passed away. Joshua had a heart of gold. He had so much to go with his wife. He was taken away at a young age in a house fire, and it made no sense to any of us why this happened to him. It's been the longest time ever that now it's going to well in 2024, and his birthday has just passed. And he would have been, I think, 15 years old. And it's heartbroken because you never really imagine how someone in your life and someone that you really care about, someone that you really stuck up to, someone that you really want to talk to every single day can just be gone in a quick. It hurt me for the longest time ever, and I never really would understand it still. Hello there. This is a little bit weird because it's been a couple of days since I've been here, and I looked past my recordings, and yeah, that sounds no good whatsoever. And so, um, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you freaking CS:GO clips I have while I give you my conclusion of everything I have so far. Alright, couple of days has passed. So, what's my final conclusion of stuff? How am I gonna watch tower? How am I gonna do everything? How is this gonna work? And I'm gonna give specific details of how everything's gonna go, and not give bulk up answers like last time. Hope so. So, I am probably not going to watch tower, but that doesn't mean that I probably will. At the moment, I am thinking about making a 1 month break, 1 month, until January 25th to February 25th. And so, basically, like that, I'm just gonna see how that would go for my life and for my health away from computers and technology. And the reason why I'm gonna do that is because I've been sucked in this loop for the longest time possible, and I just want to try something that can give me motivation. Because there's a lot more in life than just computers. And that doesn't mean I'm going to get away from computers at all. There's a lot more than, other games like CSGO, Valorant, Fortnite, Minecraft, other games, and even other games of EXE games, creepypasta games, and horror games. All of those games that can give me the joy and help of what I'm going to do next in my life. Because I don't know exactly yet, but that's the reality that I'm going to go with. There's a lot more with computers too that I haven't tried yet, and I should try. But at the moment, sooner or later, in a couple of probably days, I will probably take a 1 month break, recollect myself, study a lot more, find out everything about what I'm doing wrong with my life, and then come back with my final conclusion, which is going to be my second video if I'm going to retire from this or not. For a little bit. I'm not going to retire forever, but it may be months, maybe years for retirement. And then after coming back, I might come out of retirement after that. And do the things that I love doing now. I'm getting to the point where I'm getting old. Almost about to be 16 this month. And it's crazy because you're about to get a job. Your age sounds so serious. I mean, there's a lot of things that's very scary about life that most people can't get through of because they never really got to experience how much they have to go through. But, things happens. Things really do happen. And not much people can get around of how they're going to go with life because most people doesn't have enough money like us do, or not most people doesn't have enough to where they can even have a computer and stuff. It's horrible. I mean, the society we live in is just the reality of things, and it's not always going to be whatever you need it to be, and it sucks. It really does. But you cannot make it that way. You can make it not that way. You just have to try hard for it. You really do. And if you try hard enough, if you try to figure out a lot more things, talk to a lot more people, and just experience your own self, you're going to get faster than every other person in the world. And that sounds a little bit weird, which it is, probably. Let me go before that with that. You're going to get faster than you ever expected. Other people has problems too, so that's why I kind of reserved it, because most people can't control what they're doing, and most people can't control like how they live their lives. Okay, my bad on that one. What I meant to say was I was supposed to say if you're doing something, you're going to get ahead in life more than anybody else. What I meant to say was you're going to get ahead than you expected to, which makes sense. And the friendly way, and that most people can't control, and some people can't control their lives, and because they probably have disabilities, sometimes they have things they can't control, and they have to live with it, and just a lot of things that uh seems to be not the greatest for a lot of people because they have things that other people, normal people, doesn't have. So that's what I meant to say. It's horrible. But I'm glad that now with life, everything's going fine. The marching band is great. I think that me being in a marching band was the best idea I probably have ever imagined. I mean, I never expected me to be here and playing and just stuff like that I've never done. I never participate in a sport, which marching band isn't considered a sport, in my own opinion. Track and field is also what I do. It was just a sport, and I did okay for my first one. Not the best, but okay with the seconds and stuff. It's not the worst, also, but you'll get better over time. You know, you'll get better over time. You just have to push yourself to the point where you need to give your life a rest, and then use your chance whenever you get the chance to. When other people messes up, you get that chance. When other people makes fun of you, you get that chance. It's a motivation. You already have another reason to have discipline on yourself. And it makes sense. Anyways, though, enough of that. Is this the only time that I'm going to be posting this video? And it's just going to be me having time? It's not really, but one thing I gotta say is, no matter how good you are at something, no matter how everything is, someone is always going to say something to you. Ignore it. If you think that you are doing great, keep doing it. If you think that what you're doing is okay, keep doing it. Yes, sometimes you might take other people's advice. Yes, you might sometimes learn from your own experience, but keep doing what you're doing. It doesn't matter how bad or how the worse you are in some categories that you ever participated in, it does not matter. Just because I'm the fastest typer out there, doesn't mean that I always will be the fastest typer. And doesn't mean that I always will type out 200 words per minute. We have bad days, ugly days, and good days. And even if we have bad and ugly days, something good in it always happens. Something in it that is always good in it. Always. And it always is the truth. So thank you to everybody who has been watching this whole entire video. Of me to have a good question about things. I would want to say another thing too. I will be repaying my respects to Josh Wiseville. I am giving my heart on him. He wants me to experience life. He wants me to experience new things. Experience new activities. Sports. Everything that you could imagine of. Just try it. Even if you think it's bad, just try it. Most things in life is actually pretty easy. And if you can participate in that, you'll get ahead in life. You will. Just want to add this in too. By being ahead in life also means trying out things that you don't like. So say if you don't like horror and you haven't tried it, but you think it's not good for you, just try it. Because even though you haven't done it, and even though it seems like you're not going to be good at it, sometimes that's not always the reality. People that tries things that they don't like actually likes it after trying it out. You just have to have it participated in you to have your motivation to try it out with your friends, with your family, and everybody else. Also gives you something also to do, and helps your mindset a little bit of your mind. Thank you, everybody, for watching my video. And I will come to my final conclusion next month.